Continue with our class of Kitzur Shulchan. Today's class number 36, and we start with the Sefer Chafetz Chaim. The big topic is the same, Aruch Lashon Hara, and today's topic, harmful praise. So could you please read?
Yeah. Okay, harmful praise. Praise which has absolutely no negative connotations can at times fall under the category of Aruch Lashon Hara. It is forbidden to publicize a person's hospitality or generosity. This will cause the insincere and undeserving to take advantage of the person, causing him monetary loss and emotional discomfort.
It's very interesting, right? So you would not guess it. No, not you, but in general, people would not guess it like with pure logic. So somebody hosted you, it was very well, right? And you want to praise this guy, but then other crooks would want to take advantage of that person. You understand? So basically, the one who does it is going to hurt the person. He lent somebody money, let's say, and now other people. So I mean, because he wanted to help somebody. Now this guy praised him, and now everybody wants this to help from this rich guy. So
what if it's just let's say it gives the other person, the rich person, what if it gives him COVID? Does that count as, let's say, you're leading one to an affair because now he feels more COVID because of you?
Could you say it again? I didn't get it. Say it again.
The person who you're talking about, right? The rich person is going to get honor if you tell him, to other people that he's very rich, so on and so forth. So I'm saying, if other people know he's very rich, the rich person himself probably wants everybody to know that he's rich. So he gets more coveted this way. And because he gets more coveted, he's more likely to, it's the opposite of what HaShem wants you to do. So does it count as causing one to start to do an avera?
It's very interesting. It's not what we're discussing here. Just so you know, we discussed different idea. But to answer to your question, if somebody good did something good to you, you have to praise this person. Public, what it says here, publicly is not always a good idea. So I mean, if you know that person would enjoy that, if you praise him in public, so you can mention it in public. You understand? But if it's not going to cause him harm meaning that he would tell everybody, I'm broke, I don't have that much money as I used to, stuff like that, business is not good, I cannot help you, and now one guy came to him and he heard this story and he actually did help him. So now this guy who was helped goes around and say, yeah, this is great, rich guy and stuff like that, he helped me, gave me $20,000, and of course I'm going to pay him back, but at the time, in the meantime, it's unbelievable and I can survive, my family. Okay, so now all of the other people would come and say, how come you told me just yesterday that you are broke, you don't have any money, and now the day later you gave this money, this guy $20,000? What's going on here? And I showed the letter from this rabbi and that rabbi, so it could create a big disaster for this rich man.
I understand, but let's say I'll phrase the case a bit better.
No, one second. I think I understand. So you're saying it's like when this poor man is praising the rich man, it's like putting a stumbling block in front of the blind, right? That's what it is, right?
It's a stumbling block only when let's say. Now, if the people, if it's just to tell the people, great person, so on and so forth, then it's no problem. But the problem only comes when the people he's telling it to are going to act differently to that person, because that person is going to start feeling coveted now. The problem isn't coveted itself. The problem is when he feels it. So now, because he feels coveted, he's going to have worse avoided to HaShem.
Okay, you can say that also, yes. I mean, if he the COVID is going. If somebody is doing something right and good and for the public, let's say, right, the COVID is going to come anyway. But what this person is going to do with the COVID, that's a different story. You understand? So, like Moshe Rabbeinu, he was able to talk to HaShem face to face. He of course he deserved the biggest COVID in the world, and he fed all of these 600,000 people, 3 million people, or how many people there were, like for 40 years. He directed them and stuff like that. So but he didn't get proud. He didn't become proud. So the reason for COVID is there, but what person is going to do is his own business.
Mm-hmm. So maybe we can say it depends on let's say we know that the person might take it the wrong way. So should we still give him praises or no?
Could you give me an example, like a small example of wrong way? What do you mean?
I'm saying, let's say there's a person, and not like Moshe Rabbeinu, who's much more, not so much Torah, and so because of it, he's more likely to take the covet the wrong way, not like Moshe Rabbeinu.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that person, should we judge every on a case by case basis?
I think so. So it would take if you get into his head. Like I saw it. I hear your question. It's a perfect question. So it's on case by case basis. I saw many people who donated whatever they donated to the show, and they were like they felt they entitled to talk during the downing just because they're big sponsors. You understand? Because they like sponsoring the show. Like I don't know how much they gave, but I mean they never said out loud the digits. But let's say they give 60% or 70% of the operation cost of the show. So they felt like they entitled to talk when they want, to do what they want, interrupt rabbi, this, that. So I mean, it is normal for people like that. Yeah, it's not healthy for them to do this over the advertisements, whatever they did. Yes. Okay. Sorry, we good? Continue.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So let's continue. So just to remind us, we're on Simon number 12 and Sif number 7. And our topic is preparation for prayer. Okay. So let's see Sif number 7. One should endeavor to make a great effort to pray with congregation. As it is written in Tehillim 69:14, as for me, may my prayer to you, HaShem, be at favorable time. We ask, when is that favorable time? At the time when the congregation prays. Okay. And it is also written in Yeshayahu 49:8, thus says HaShem, in a time of favor I answer you. So let's read the commentary and then we're going to explain what it says. So commentary 29. Praying with congregation means to recite Shmona Esrei prayer as a part of the minyan. See Mishnah Berurah 90:28. Okay, so let's there are different things in a commentary. So let's start. So it's very, very important for a person to do everything possible for him to pray with the congregation, with the minyan, right? At least what? At least Shmona Esrei. So basically, what I do, since they pray a little faster, than me. So my technique is, so when they after the Kaddish, they say one the Rabbanan, then Kaddish Yasam, I think, right? They say in the morning, and they start Psuki de Zimra. So when they start Psuki de Zimra, my goal is to start Shema, right? So I don't have to answer anything like Amen, like there's nothing to answer. That's my goal. And if I start Shema at that point, there is a very big chance that we can start Shemona Esrei together, or I can start a little earlier. So basically, even if I start a little early, a few seconds early, so we can still pray most of the Shemona Esrei together.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So your goal is Shemona Esrei together. Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So let's say after during the Shemona Israel, when you can do your own prayer, right? Is it
Yes.
better? Let's say you have a normal prayer that you always do, but the people are going to be at Kedusha soon. So should you make your own prayer faster or same pace?
I would say like if they close to kedusha, so you at that point like in your down, I'm not sure how far away you are. So, I mean at that point there's no personal addition. I mean in Shema Kalein and accept our prayer, but still if they're about to start kedusha, you don't have much time. So
No,
I would say skip your own prayer. I would say skip your own prayer, do kedusha. And one second. But you can do kedusha. You can answer kedusha only when you finish one answer yourself.
Mm-hmm. No, but I'm saying that you said that the pause in between where you can add your own prayer and kedusha might be big. No, I'm talking about at the very end. Like at the very end when you say HaShem, open my lips so that my mouth.
Oh yeah. Okay, got it. Sorry. I thought that you were talking about Shmakala. Okay, so at that point, so basically at that point you can answer kedusha. The first two verses you can answer. There's no problem.
Okay.
So I would say do not rush.
Got it.
At that point, do not rush because you're allowed to say. After you say HaShem, open my lips, so you can answer kedusha. First two verses you can answer. The third you just keep quiet, and after they finish you can answer amen. The first amen you can answer, and that's it. So it hasn't continued, and you continue with your prayer. Okay, got it.
Yes.
So very important, very very important to pray with congregation, at least as we said Shmona Esrei. Continue with commentary. Praying with the minyan,
when you're davening Shemona Israel, let's say I don't know you started a bit later than the minyan. Do you still get at least some of the Shemona Israel? You get the same effort as if you prayed with the minyan, at least for the brachas that you said.
Yes, yeah. So praying with minyan, there are a few opinions, as of course as we know. So one of the opinion, if you pray the most of your Shemona Esrei together with them, most is like half of it, like little more than half of it.
Okay.
You understand? So it still counts. So me personally, as I said, my goal is to start like I don't know, maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds before them, and at this point, and if I do that, maybe 30 seconds. If I do that, so I can finish Shemona Esrei together with them.
So I have a question for you then. Now, what's considered finish? Because I can say, let's say, now I know that I forgot the name of it, but let's say the chazan, right? He waits, let's say an extra, I don't know, 2 minutes, and then starts the repetition of the Shemona Esrei.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say when everybody ends, right? The chazan is only waiting for you, basically. Does that still count as if it's the same as if you were davening the same Shemona Esrei?
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I mean they're waiting for you when they need a 10th person, right? There is a Mishnah Brura says that if I'm not sure if he said there are other opinion but stringent opinion that you must have 9 to answer to repetition of Shemona Esrei, and you must have 9 listening to the repetition of Shemona Esrei. Otherwise, it's a problem. It could be a blessing in vain, right? That's why in this case he would wait for you, to finish. So we're talking about Shacharis and Mincha. Of Marif, there is no repetition, so he can start, I think, even with 6. But there he need 9. Okay. So continue praying with the minyan. a quorum of 10 adults male is not only meritorious and preferable, but absolute halachic requirement. So some people take it lightly, which is not right. In addition, prayer with a minyan is always accepted by HaShem, whereas when one prays alone, there is no assurance that HaShem will accept one's prayer. So it's a very important and famous concept. So when you pray alone, maybe yes, maybe no. If you have complete kavanah, you have a better chance. If not, chances slim to none, right? But when you go and pray with a minyan, and let's say not all of them are Moshe Rabbeinu's, anyway, you have a bigger chance for your prayer to be accepted, even when you pray with kavanah in your house. So that's basically it.
What takes more precedence? Let's say praying, Shemona Esrei at the right time without a minyan, or praying it, let's say the Shachar Shemona Esrei at Mincha with a minyan for both davening. Let's say 9 other people also forgot to pray Shachars.
No, what's that? One more time. So when he prays by himself, he prays on time. With minyan, he prays later in the wrong time.
No. I'm saying this. Let's say someone had 2 choices. He can either pray without anyone at the right time, or he could pray the Shachris Shemona Esrei at Mincha with a minyan.
Oh, no. It's only, of course, I apologize. I didn't get it for the first time. So, of course, you pray for yourself, by yourself in the proper time. So, this additional Shemona Esrei is only when you were delayed, you announce. Basically, something happened beyond your expectation. Something happened. Your neighbor's dog decided to die. Next to you. Something happened. You understand? Some unpredicted happened. Whatever. But otherwise, yeah, it's not allowed. It's not allowed to depend on that repetition of Shemona Esrei lechatchila. You cannot say, no, I'm busy now. I'm going to pray later. Guess what? It's not counted. You cannot do that.
Understood.
Okay. Therefore, as long as one can have a minimum concentration required for prayer, he is required to pray with a minyan. Okay, even minimum concentration required. Okay, even if he thinks that he would be able to concentrate better, but he is to pray alone. So it says in Higras Moshe Rachaim. Okay, all right. So the answer is clear. Even of course, when there is a shul, and let's say people are talking, people this, people that. So in this case, just change the shul. Don't create your own halachas. Right. So it's better to pray with a minyan than praying alone. That I heard many times. When I'm alone, I can concentrate. I can do shacharis for 2 hours. It's still the proper way to go to shul. Okay, but it's not our topic. Just saying. Okay, it's not our topic. Okay.
Wait, I know that the Shulchan Aruch says that for the first brokerage when Ezra, you need to have kavanah. So my question is like this. I know that halacha doesn't apply today because we're going by the majority of people, and the majority of people don't even do that. But let's say there is a person who can pray with kavanah if he prays by himself, but if he prays with others, he won't pray with kavanah. So is it not better for him to also follow the opinion of the Shulchan Aruch, which at least says, okay, he's praying back?
No. Opinion Shulchan Aruch is to pray with a minyan. So the original opinion of Shulchan Aruch was, I think, if I remember correctly. So, and if you did not have kavanah on the first on hours, the first blessing, just go to the beginning. But then, after some times, the Mishnah Brura says that there is at some, or it was Rema, I don't remember what, Rema and Mishnah Brura, they say, look, for many people, they would start 3 times and 7 times they would not have kavanah. Like they would have kavanah in the first second, and that's it. So just unfortunately, as the Mishnah Brura starts his explanation, because of our many sins, right?
Understand.
So, yeah, unfortunately, yeah. But halacha. So I don't want to be like the way. So halacha is straightforward to pray with the meaning. If it's not kosher meaning, just change the meaning. If if there is no kosher meaning, that's a different story. If, for example, many people like there is no Shoma Shabbos, no 10 Shoma Shabbos, that people, that's the different story. But otherwise, only with the meaning. Moreover, the Holy One, blessed is He, does not despise the prayer of the congregation, even if among the congregation are sinners. There are sinners, okay.
Wait, what you just said about the non-kosher minyan. So my question is, let's say you're with the completely non-kosher minyan. I know that when the chazan says kaddish, it's forbidden. But are you still allowed to say? Are you still allowed to answer amen or no?
No.
Understood.
Because you're not allowed to say kaddish, and you're not allowed to say amen. You're not allowed to answer borchu, because you can say borchu only when there are 10 people. There are no 10 people.
So
even if there are 40.
Let's say someone does a bracha on his food that he wasn't supposed to do. Are you still allowed to say amen or no?
No. Because I mean, if you know for sure, so you sitting with that person together, right, at the table. So he just he eats mashed potato. He just said the bracha on mashed potato, and he's talking, and he answered the phone, and now he finished with the call. He put down the phone, and he started blessing on the mashed potato. So you don't answer amen. He's making mistake, but you know it's not it's bracha in way.
But the thing is, when you say amen, at the time that you say amen, the bracha itself is not in vain, because it might have been before he even put down the fork. You see?
No. This the food is in front of him. No.
But
Okay.
Even though you're still not allowed to say it, even though, let's say, what he said is true by itself.
No, even the statement is not true, because he's not going to eat. The bracha is only valid when the action is going to follow. So it's like a person is saying blessing on lighting of the candles, right? You say, well, bless you, HaShem, King of the universe, right? Who sanctifies with His commandment and told us to light the Shabbos candle. Okay, is it true statement? Of course, it is true statement. That's but can you say it anytime you want? No. Make sense? So only after the blessing, the appropriate action should take place. Okay. So even in congregation of sinners. So in congregation of the sinners, we go. The commentary says CC of 10. So let's not jump to conclusions, and we see who is the sinner. Okay. As it is written in Job 36:5, behold, God does not despise numerous. Okay, what does it mean? Commentary. The verse is understood as if it was written without vav, preceding the loy. So loy meaning alamet aleph. Okay, without vav. Okay. In this context, the word kabir means the numerous, referring to the prayer of the congregation. Okay, see Rashi to Brachas 8. Okay, no problem. Continue. Same halacha. And it is also written in Tehillim 55:19. He redeemed my soul in peace from the battles confronting me, for the masses who were praying with me. Commentary say, there is HaShem saved me from the dangers of war, because my prayers were offered among the masses. There is together with minyan. Okay. So we finish this CF. So basically, Kitzur gives us all these proofs that a person must pray in the minyan. Okay. CF number 8. If one is traveling and reaches a place where he wishes to stay overnight, but he does not have a congregation with whom he can pray the next morning, the law is as follows. if there is before him, there is further along on the road, and he intends to travel up to the distance of 4 mil, a place where congregation prays, then if he is able to arrive there while it is still day, so that he will not have to travel alone at night, he must travel up to 4 mil on the route and that lies before him, so as to pray with congregation. So let's see. So okay, there's one commentary, and we're going to explain what we said so far. So commentary says, see appendix Kitzur editorial glosses regarding the one who lives within 9 mil of the closest minyan. So that's okay. That's a different issue. So basically, if the person is traveling and he needs to pray, as we know, in minyan, and there is no minyan in a place where he plans to lodge, so he have to see if he can go 4 mil. 4 mil, I think we said it's like a 72 minutes walk. That's I think that the 4 mil the distance is.
Wait, isn't that a farsa or no?
I don't remember what we said. Okay, I think the 4 mil is 72 minutes. Okay. So basically, so me personally, like before going, like long time ago when we used to go to vacation, all of this vacation. So I would check before like ordering tickets, before ordering hotel. I would check if there is a kosher minyan there. If you go on somewhere, you understand? Or even in Israel. So let's say we would come there, like arrive in the city, wherever city is, at night. So before going to bed, I would make sure that I know where the minyan is and what time they start. I would go, like walk to the shul or drive to the shul to make sure I know where to go and what time they start. You understand? Otherwise, it's you, for sure you're going to miss. Like, how do you know what time they're going to start? So in many shuls in Israel, they start very early. I remember in 1 minute it was like 5:30 I was praying. 5. Okay. I mean, it was the closest, the most convenient minyan for me, the closest to hotel, all of the like working people. I mean, 5:30. Okay, so I went to 5:30. What could I do? Okay. So I would not go to bed until I know where to go for a minyan. Okay, that's what he's saying. So be very careful. So if you need to travel further, so just travel further. And if there is a minyan behind him, there is on a route that he already traveled. If he knows of place where he can pray with the congregation, he must go back up to the distance of a mil. So as to pray with congregation. So we actually said this 4 mil when it's on your toward your destination, 1 mil behind. I think we said when we were talking about when you need water, right, to wash your hands before the prayer. Trying to see. Can't remember it. Yes. One second. Let me see. If one already prayed, if I will, he will be the amount of time that it takes to walk parasa. Parsa. So how long is it? Between 2.4 and 2.9 miles. Okay. So okay. So this parsa, which is an hour and a fifth, right? So it's 72 minutes. So parsa in 4 meals, I think it's the same. I think it's the same. Okay. All right. So, but time-wise, 72 minutes. So one more time, the logic is exactly the same. Going forward, 72 minutes. Going backwards, it's 1 meal, so it's 72 by 4, whatever it is. Okay. So continue. And if there is a minyan, we said behind. Certainly, one may not go away from a place where when there is a congregation praying to a place where he will not have an opportunity. If he is able to pray first and arrive to destination while still daytime. So I mean, if he has a opportunity to pray, he has a delay, pray with them and try to get, but they say again, while still daytime, because it is dangerous to travel at night. So our sages gave us this discount. I'm not sure if it applies today. First of all, this 72 minutes walk, it's 2.8 miles. It's like only a few minutes drive. It's 5 minutes drive. In many places where I stayed, like there's no like a minyan nearby, so I had to drive like 20 minutes, even 30 minutes. No, 40 minutes. I never drove, but 30 minutes was like normal. On Shabbos, that's the problem. I don't know. I mean, whenever I stayed in it's like such a remote place in Shabbos. So Shabbos would try to get it closer to the shul. Okay. So next year, number 9. It is a great mitzvah to pray in a Beis HaKnesses synagogue or a Beis HaMedrash study hall. So commentary. In early times, the Beis HaKnesses synagogue was used only for prayer, and the Beis HaMedrash study hall was designated only for study of Torah. See Mishnah Berurah 155.1. Means it was clear separation. But today, in many places, it's like maybe it's different room, but it's like still in the whole same building. Okay. So I mean, one more time. It is a great mitzvah to pray in the Beis HaKnesses synagogue or in Beis HaMedrash study hall, since these are place holy places. Even if occasionally the congregation prays congregational prayer sessions is cancelled due to lack of minyan, nevertheless, it is a still mitzvah to pray there, even alone, without minyan. We're going to explain what it means, since they are holy places. So basically, what it says here, so maybe somebody have a minyan in his house, right, in a basement, in a living room, wherever. So he has a minyan, and there is another minyan in a synagogue. So of course, it's preferable to go to synagogue or base manage. Okay.
Question: When one davens, I don't know, let's say next to, like you said, in the basement, but even more so, let's say he davens next to, with a minyan, next to, let's say, I don't know, a trash can and in slippers. I know that the Shulchan Aruch says you're not allowed to daven looking like that, but still, this is davening valid or no? Like, does it still get counted?
Yes. After the fact. So okay. So let's start with slippers, right? So I mean, if somebody is dressed inappropriately, it's like after the fact, the prayer is accepted after the fact. But this trash can, as you said. So if there is no full order, it's like some trash. I don't know, like leaves and or even garbage bags, but they are like sealed. I mean, there's no smell, no bad smell. There is no problem. It's not appropriate. It's better to cover it. Everything is correct, but after the fact, it is acceptable. So the only thing we concern if it looks disgusting, whatever, even without smell, right? So of course it is not allowed, or it's bad smell, so it's not allowed. So meaning not allowed, meaning the prayer is not accepted.
And also, let's say you're in a base, not even in a base matters, because there's going to be another problem. Let's say you're davening with a minyan, you're the chazan, and let's say outside the base matters. Now, base matters is very nearby. Okay, so you have two choices. Either you can daven facing, where the Sefer Torah is, or you can daven, facing Yerushalayim. Okay. Now, which way do you daven?
No, but okay. So you ask a different. It's totally different topic that I am going to answer in short. So when they were building the synagogue, they were supposed to put the the Aron Kodesh facing Yerushalayim, or completely opposite, this or that, right? So even if completely opposite, since we know the world is round, so you still davening to Yerushalayim. But if it's completely off, and I know did I daven in such a place? I'm not sure, but I assume that if they like it makes sense if they bought existing building, right? And it's there's only one place in this big room where you can put this Aron Kodesh. There are no two choices, and it would cost a lot of money to rebuild. And landlord, let's say, do not allow, whatever the case is, right? That's the only case. So you still facing, Mishnah Berurah says, you're still facing the Aron Kodesh by your heart, facing Yerushalayim. So in your heart, you daven toward the base of English, the Yerushalayim.
Understood.
So if you have no choice, and same halach applies if you're somewhere in a woods, either like upstate, wherever you are. So you have no idea, if you saw the sunrise, okay, you know where's the east, where's the west, okay, you know, okay, at least approximately, right? But here, if you just in the middle of something, you have no idea, so you daven to any direction, but you direct your heart to Yerushalayim. Okay, so continue. So we said that since these places are holy, right? Meaning the base Medrash and the base Knesset. Prayers are better received when recited in these places than at home. However, it is better to pray with a minyan in one's home than to pray in a synagogue alone. Mishnah Berurah. I mean, that's I think it was obvious. So if you have for example, Oleno, right now they just when I prayed they announced that somebody passed away, like elderly person, and it's going to be a shiva in his house, and I'm not sure if it's going to be minyan, not sure, but they're going to confirm that if people have to go to that minyan and down in his house and not in a synagogue, that's understandable. So the proper way to go is that, not go by yourself in the shul, down in the shul. Okay. Number 9. Oh no. Okay. So number 9. Continue. Another page. One who regularly learns in a base medrash should also pray there with a congregation of at least 10, even though there is also base haknesses in his city where there is more people praying. So let's read the commentary and explain. Commentary say, although in general a person should pray with more people, right, as Kitzur will immediately state, he nevertheless should rather stay in the study hall and pray, so that he should not have to interrupt his studies to travel to the synagogue. In addition, the study hall has a greater level of sanctity than a synagogue. See Mishnah Berurah. Okay, so first let's start from the end. So for sure, Beis HaMedrash has a higher sanctity than synagogue. That's no question about it. So even though it says that it's better to pray with a bigger minyan, but it's only if there are people do not talk. If there are many people, they talk and they go back and forth and they go in front of you 7 times, but they're not allowed when you're in the middle of Shulchan, so it's better not to go there. So we're not talking about this kind of minyan. So we're talking about normal minyan in one place, normal minyan in another place. So the bigger, so it's proper to, it's more commendable, I would say, to join the bigger minyan. Okay, but even in this case, so the holiness of the Beis HaMedrash is higher. So they say stay in the Beis HaMedrash plus, as we said before, in all the different other occasions. So plus you save time on traveling. So if you can learn this time, so why should you go anywhere else? Continue. But one who does not regularly learn in the Beis HaMedrash should rather pray in the Beis HaKnesset that has a multitude of people. So, okay, so clear halacha. Since the multitude of people is the glory of the king. There is a glory of HaShem is increased in proportion to the amount of the people who are praying together. So I mean, it's the big difference. Like when 10 people answer Ameni H Rabba, or 200 people answer. That's a big difference. Okay. So the commentary, Mishnah Brura writes, this applies only in a private study hall. However, the sanctuary of designated public study, hall, is such that even one who does not regularly learn there should rather pray there with a smaller congregation than in synagogue with a larger congregation. So we said, okay, so this base medrash Mishnah Brura qualifies as a smaller one, like private one. So, but if it's there is a base medrash like public one next to the shul or part of the shul on different floors, stuff like that, so it's a bigger mitzvah to pray there than in a shul. Continue. If in one city there are 2 synagogues, he should go to one that is further away, so that he should receive a reward from heaven for the extra step that he takes to get there. I think it's in the Talmud Brachas, the story that this rabbi said that why he was going like all this way. So he said at least the reward for walking there I can get for sure. If I'm going to learn in that yeshiva, maybe if I understand, if I would be able to concentrate, maybe yes, maybe no. If I would be able to understand, maybe yes, maybe no. All of these things, maybe yes, maybe no. But this walking, nobody can take away from me. That's what I did for sure. So all other efforts that I put in, maybe yes, maybe no. But this one for sure, that I actually walked there. Okay. So one more time, if there are two synagogue, I mean, if one is further away, so go to that. You get reward. But one more time, if it's going to be an expense of learning Torah, don't go. Okay. So continue. Rabbi Chashub ben Levi said in Brachas 47b, a person always awake early to go to the synagogue. As we said before, right? Early is a very praiseworthy, so that he should be counted among the first 10 to arrive. So very important. Listen to this: first 10 to arrive. For even if 100 people come after him, he receives heavenly reward equal to all of them together. That's a big thing, right? Go ahead.
Does this refer to only a synagogue or also a base medrash, like
base medrash also, that doesn't matter. But 10 that are going to pray together. So if you go there for the second minyan, so and people already pray and they see their study, they're not counted as 10. You understand? We're talking about 10 from minyan that are going to pray.
Mm-hmm.
So they get reward from all of them. I'm trying very hard to adhere to this advice, me personally. Okay. The divine presence comes to rest when there are 10 people together. Since the first 10 people bring the divine presence in a synagogue, those who come later are merely joining the original congregation of 10. Maharsha to Brachas 47b. Okay, so first, even though it's in another place, it says that when there are no, in a place when there is no minyan, or only 9 or whatever, there is no minyan, HaShem is getting very angry. Whatever it means. Okay, so why is that? Because they explain there that HaShem comes first. Nobody comes before HaShem. Same concept as on Mount Sinai. HaShem was there, and he had to wake up Jewish people. Right? So same when same here when there's a place when we expected to have a minyan, so Shekhinah comes there and he's waiting. So and when 10 people get together, so it ascends whatever all the spiritual things, and the blessing comes out of these 10 men, 10 first. Okay, so continue. Our sages of blessed memory said, further in Brachas 8a, whoever goes each morning and evening to the synagogue or the study hall at the proper time and stays there for a proper amount of time, and behaves there with appropriate holiness, merits long life. So there is people is looking for ways to prolong life, right? To merit long life, healthy life. So Kitzur gives like free advice. Right. So one more time, whoever goes each morning and evening to the synagogue or to the study hall at the proper time. So not like some people like always late. I'm not sure, always late, and stay there for a proper amount of time. So, but many times these people who comes late, they leave first, right? So that's really interesting. Proper time, and behave with appropriate holiness, not to joke around, not to talk sports and all of the other nonsense. Respect the place. So basically, he knows why he's there, to talk to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Right? Merits long life. Count there.
So are you allowed to have your phone out or no? I mean, like, let's say someone is like, before Chazan starts his repetition of the Shemona Ezra, someone is, I don't know, looking at basketball. I have no clue.
No. That's it's not proper. Absolutely, it's not proper.
Not okay.
But it's even though you waited, for example, you finish, I don't know, 45 seconds, 1 minute earlier than other people. Okay. So unfortunately, that's what happened to a guy, right? So it's still continuation. The prayer did not start. It's not. It's like on it's continued. The prayer is continued. Okay.
Sure, the base matters. Does it count as, let's say there are two rooms? There's the room with the hangers, closet, like everything, right? Then there's the room where everybody studies the Aron HaKodesh. Does the other room also count as the base medrash, or only the room with the Aron HaKodesh?
No. It's like a hole. There's no holiness there.
But I know that there's a halacha. I know that there are two halachas. The first one is that one, unless it's for a mitzvah, he really isn't allowed to take shortcuts. But let's say someone's a worker and he's cleaning the floors over here, and there are many rooms in the base medrash.
Yeah.
He's allowed to go from one to the other. Why? Because it all counts as one big room. So why doesn't that apply over here then?
No, but the guy is working there. It's totally different thing.
Mm-hmm. Understand.
So he's at work. It's not about taking shortcut. He's taking shortcut to do his work. It's not has nothing to do with that. But I think we're going to learn about all of these things that you said. What where can I stand? So I'm not going to answer this question. It's because it'll come there if you see a film, I guess. Where you can stand in order to be counted for a million, right? Like if you stand in a different room, if door is open, door is closed, is it a door there or only arch and stuff like that? We're going to learn. Not here, but in another simon. Okay, continue. One who prolongs his stay in a synagogue is rewarded measure for measure by having life prolonged. Rabbeinu Yohanasan Meriel to brachas for a. So when we stay over in some people I know till 2 a.m. stay in basement, it's not for free. I mean that's not what we stay there for, but HaShem is going to give us strength and that HaShem long life. Okay, continue. As it is written in Mishnah 8:34, happy is the man who listens to me. It's like this Kitzur is very straightforward, right? Happy is the man who is listening to me. So meaning the one who does not listen to him, meaning HaShem not happy. Who comes quickly to my doors every day, at a reference to those who come early to the synagogue, to guard the doorposts of my entryways. A reference to those who remain there, as if they are watchmen for the entrance of the synagogue. Meaning that they came early and staying there. Okay. And it is written immediately afterwards, for he who finds me, HaShem finds life. Also very straightforward. For he who finds me, HaShem finds life. 42. He who spends time in a synagogue is referred to one who finds God. For HaShem is found in a synagogue. Of course, this is base medrash, of course. Yeah. See Brachas 6a, and and thus he merits life. There. Okay. So let's check the time. Okay, you have time for one more? Let me stop.
I have to leave at 9:55, so you have 3
Okay,
minutes.
no. Okay. That's it. So let's stop. Okay. All right. So thank you very much. Good night. So let me stop recording 1 second.
אני מברך את הרבנים, אני מברך את הרבנים, הרב ירון ראובן, הרב אפרים כחלון, ראשי ארגון בעזרת השם, שהלכו בפי עליון, שעלו מעלה, יהיה להם ברכה והצלחה, הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא בישועות ליבם לטובה ולברכה, שבכל אשר יפנו ישכילו ויצליחו, יזכו לעשות כאלה וכאלה, הודיעו תורה לאדירה, אמן ואמן.
בעזרת השם רשת בכל הארץ. הוא היהודי הזה, הוא היה מיליונר, סגר את כל הביזנס, אמר אני משקיע פה בעולמה של תורה. איפה הוא גר? בפלורידה.
פלורידה, איפה זה פלורידה? באמריקה.
במיימי. כן, ליד. אנחנו שם עכשיו הולכים להקים קהילה ספרדית.
חזק אותו בשמי.
קהילה ספרדית גדולה.
תעבירו מה שבירכתי אותו.
כן, קהילה ספרדית גדולה.